Hey guys, welcome to what's probably going to be the most sarcastic and lighthearted of all the PSAs that I've done, but after talking to my friend Trade Chat a couple of weeks ago via Twitter over some things that she'd seen on Facebook, I thought that this was a video that I could probably really do, and I wanted to do this one because there are sometimes I look at Twitter or I look at Facebook and I just go, why? Why? And so I thought I would do this video to give you guys some insight. Maybe you're new to social media, maybe you're not. Maybe I can just help you learn vicariously through me and the mistakes that I've made or the mistakes I've seen other people make. But overall, hopefully this is a helpful video, or at least you kind of get some lulz out of it. So it should go without saying that none of us are perfect, and we've all probably flubbed up a time or two on Twitter. I know that I've gone on rants before and then been like, I should probably delete that, and then I do. But the important thing to remember are two things. One, once you put something on social media, it never goes away. Ever. If you think you can tweet or post or put a picture or caption something on Facebook that you do out of haste without thinking and think that somebody's gonna not screenshot it or not save it somewhere, you are wrong. So the first piece of advice I have is probably always think for a solid 10 minutes or maybe even longer if it's a questionable thing you want to tweet, because chances are if you're wavering on whether or not it's a good idea, it's probably not. And someone will see it and you will never ever live it down, because things that go online never come offline. They are there forever. And the second piece of advice that I would have for you right off the bat is that there are people who follow you or will read your things that you will never ever realize. There have been times where I have tweeted about a game and then the game developer tweets me and I'm like, I didn't know you followed me. I'm so sorry. Or I'm just really embarrassed because I've been like, oh, look at this really dumb thing I did with this game. And then they're like, please don't do that. And then, yeah. But aside from video gaming or your friends, your past, your current, and or your future employees will look at your social media. I can tell you this because I worked in an HR department and I did that a lot. I looked at people's social media and be like, that's real questionable. Why would you post that on your Facebook page? That's probably not a good idea. I've had friends of mine that have posted things on their Facebook and they get called into their boss's office and go, why'd you post that? And then they're like, I didn't realize that you read my Facebook page. So just be aware when you're saying things or when you're doing things on social media that somebody that you employ or are employed by or maybe employed by in the future will probably read your social media. That's just going to happen. So before you talk about how stupid a company is and then apply for them later, just don't tweet about them and how much you hate their product, because I have also seen that happen. So now that that's out of the way, here's a couple of things that really just irk my nerves. The first one is when people use code words. Why do you use code words on social media? Be like, oh, this guy I know. No, not a guy you know. Just say the person, because I'm probably pretty sure that people are gonna figure it out eventually. Oh, a coworker of mine. Well, guess what? All your other coworkers probably already know who you're talking about, and it's not gonna stay secret for long. Just don't use code words. If you have to use a code word, don't say it at all. The second one, subtweets, which are the bane of my existence. Here's what a subtweet says. I'm smarter than you, and I'm gonna post this thing and no one's gonna figure it out. And in the meantime, everybody's actually figured it out. Or if they haven't figured it out, they know that you're subtweeting about something and they're just pissed that you won't share it. Don't subtweet things. Everybody knows when you're subtweeting. There are times when people subtweet using song lyrics. Guess what? Everybody's figured it out. Sometimes though, people do just like to tweet song lyrics. I do it all the time, mostly because I just like the song. We know what's going on here. Why? I figured you out. Don't do that. The third one, airing your dirty laundry on social media. Nobody needs to know. The thing is, the more you know. No, it needs to be the less you know. The less I know about your dirty laundry and your drama, the better I'm probably going to be as a person. And like I said before, once it's online, it never goes away. So the more drama that I see that immediately leads to me being like, never gonna read their posts, like, it's just not going to happen. So if you have drama and you want to talk about it in a meaningful way. And don't subtweet it and don't air your dirty laundry. Like, most of the time, probably what you want to say is best said behind closed doors and not, in front of everyone. Sometimes people air their dirty laundry and it causes drama because it leads to them blocking people out of anger. Guess what? Unless you're on Facebook and your Facebook is like super duper locked down, people can just get on an anonymous account and still read your stuff. So by blocking somebody on Twitter, you're effectively not doing anything other than looking like, I'm mad at you and I hung up the phone. Don't do that. Don't block people. Just ignore them. Leave it alone. Like, there's no reason. Unless you don't want them to tweet to you directly, why you gotta block them? Like, what is that? They can still see everything. That's like another pet peeve of mine on a side note is like when you're in a heated argument with someone and you're like, no, I don't understand why they click, and then they just hang up on you. Like, that's so rude. I was not done giving my part. Don't hang up on me. Why do you do that? I wasn't done, man. And then I don't want to call you again. Like, that's effectively just destroying any chance that we ever had to finish that conversation in a civilized manner. So, P.S., don't hang up on me or block me. I don't think I've ever actually been blocked on Twitter. Maybe. Now in comes the blocks. And maybe, like, the last thing that kind of should go without saying but doesn't is people just saying dumb stuff. Like, and we're not talking dumb things like the other day I tweeted, guys, I just figured out that a taco salad is just nachos without the chips. That may have been a dumb thing, but it's totally true. I'm saying, like, people who, like, spout off really offensive, like, just super cringeworthy. There was no way in any way, shape, or form that would ever be appropriate in any way. Like, don't use slurs against people. Don't, like, tweet something and use a derogatory statement to describe a very terrible situation. Like, just don't do that. Like, you wouldn't say it in front of somebody's face, so don't tweet it online. If you know that it would be offensive to say to someone's face, you should probably not type it up on your keyboard. Now, obviously, there are internet trolls out there who remain anonymous and don't really care and have no repercussions or feel any sense of responsibility for what they say online. But if you're using your social media in any way, shape, or form to represent you as a self, as a person, as a brand, you should probably just, not. Thinking before you tweet can lead to an array of wonderful things like positive comments and not tweeting dumb things and not pissing people off. I don't know, just saying. It's not like it's never gonna happen. I've made mistakes, I'm sure you've made mistakes, but overall, let's just make sure that we follow these golden rules. Don't say things that will offend your employers or give away sensitive information. Don't use code words or subtweets to give away a situation that most of us already know is going on. Don't air your dirty laundry on social media and then get mad and block people for it. Just, think responsibly and tweet with your brain and not with, you have to tweet with your fingers, but you guys know what I'm saying. And that's been today's PSA with Ari about social media smarts. If you guys have things that super irritate you or maybe things that make you really happy to see online, make sure you leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I will see you all in game soon. Bye! Am I that cool? Am I that cool as those people? If not, everyone's gonna look at me like, what is this doofy girl doing on this stage with these really cool people? Because she's not that cool.